Hi everybody, it's Terry with Early Girls Yarn. I'm so happy that you are here and we are able to connect for another podcast. So, recap. The last one, I said I thought I would be doing weekly. Apparently that was a pipe dream because we are 2 weeks out. It's just life. This is our first year. Izzy's in 7th grade. So this is our first year with Izzy in junior high and Cece in our normal elementary school. And we have volleyball, which Izzy loves. So she's doing school ball and also club ball still. And she was diagnosed with scoliosis mid-August. So we've gotten a ton of research done on that. Her curvature is only 7%, so that's good. But that also entails we are taking her to some doctor's appointments, some follow-up, all mixed up. So pretty much from 2:30 till like 8 o'clock at night, it is jam-packed full of everything to do with all kid things. Thank goodness school for Izzy is pretty easy and nothing's ramped up yet. So she's not had crazy homework or any of that, because just managing what we currently have is a lot, let alone, that girl is amazing. She's up at 5 in the morning and she goes to bed about 9 at night, and she's constantly busy. Maybe she has an hour to an hour and a half of downtime. She's crazy, but that just makes all of us doing just all kinds of things. So anyway, so that's the reason for the delay. We'll see if I get back on track with weekly, but whatever I get. This is just for my fun. And it keeps me accountable and it keeps my needles clicking. So one of the things I wanted to share, one of the first FOs, and I've shared this one already, but I did the Montana Mountain Cowl, and I'm sharing this one again, even though I did that extra twist. So on my neck is the one I just got done. I don't know if you can see it, but the spin cycle color is called End of Summer. So it's got just these awesome, it's like autumn in yarn. It's amazing. So that was great to work with. And then it was Dirty Marigold, maybe, from The Farmer's Daughter. It was my last entry into the Farmer's Daughter Fiber local yarn store. I did not win anything, which is totally fine because I got 5 projects done, off the needles, blocked, and I love them all. So that for me is a win. And it got deadlines for me, which I need drastically. So that is that. That's my only FO. I'm going to go into some whips because I'm still knitting furiously. So one of my goals was to have this shawl done by Izzy's first game. It is I'm going to say it wrong, so I'm going to pull it up. Dago. It's in Boylan Knitworks one. Here's her finished one. So here's what this shawl will look like. That's the finished one. And here is, I'm just going to keep standing up. First of all, it's in my Calm Collections bag from Emily, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. I missed her daughter. They go to different schools, so they are not on the same teams at all. So we had our first game last night without Emily to cheer and to be with me. So it's a little sad. Okay, so here's my shawl. I'm so close. Oops, it's a little wound around the attached yarn. Sorry about that. So here it is. It's curving under kind of weird. It's definitely gonna need a good block because that's kind of odd. But it's got awesome lace work, the pattern in it, and then a bunch of stripe work. And I am at the lace work section at the end. I am on row 60 of 90. And then there's just some stockinette, and then it is done. So I'm really close. I expect this will be done relatively soon. This was also for the Primrose Yarn Boylan Knitworks. She's got, I don't know, a challenge, I guess we'll call it, going on that if you use exclusively her yarn and do any Boylan Knitworks pattern you like, you can be entered into a really cool giveaway there. So that's exciting. So this is one of mine. I already got a hat that was done. And then this was my shawl. But like I said, so our school colors are navy and like a silvery gray. So this is going to be for when I'm in volleyball with Izzy. Now, thankfully, I guess not thankfully, it is still super hot here. It's like in the 80s today. Speaking of which, I'm going to take a little moment and take my cowl off because I'm getting too hot. And thanks to the magic of TV, I am back. So it is still warm here. So thankfully I had no need to wear the shawl yesterday, which was great because obviously it's not done yet. But I'm hoping it'll be off before we go this weekend. We are going again. So Izzy turns 13 on Sunday. So we were trying to figure out what to do, what she wanted to do, if she wanted to take some girls down to my mom and dad's houseboat, what she wanted to do. She decided to do a Chicago trip with her family, and I am soaking it up for as long as she will have me. So I am so excited that she still wants to be with us, that she still wants to hang with us. So I'm pumped about that. So she decided to hang with us. We're leaving Friday after her volleyball. She has volleyball just to practice. So we're leaving then, and then we're going to be gone Saturday and Sunday. We are gone, and we'll be back. She's going to have 2 like group lessons with her club. So we're going to be back by 5 o'clock. So that's our big weekend. So I'm grateful and thankful that my husband will be driving because he gets to come with us too. So I will be knitting the whole 3 to 3.5 hours up and back, which is good because I have got more on my needles. So the shawl is my major project that I am working to get done, but that is not a project that I can do. Typically, I have to knit while Izzy plays volleyball because, sorry, I'm looking for my bag with my, oh, there it is, because it stresses me out. So I have to knit. So I decided I wanted to cast on just an easy project in the beginning of a hat, the brim, knit and purl, super easy. So I got another Calm Collections bag out. Let's see if I can get up. There you go. This is one of her latest, and it's got this really cool inside. Emily is pretty amazing at all these things. So I'm going to tip it over just so you can see the colors. This is another Primrose. So I bought this kit originally to make the Novelli tee, and I don't think you can see it. I'll take it out. I've not started that yet. And I'm like, you know what? I'm really into accessories, really into everything having to match. Apparently really into this coral color that Primrose is making. So I broke the kit up and I decided instead to make a hat, a cowl, and I'm going to make a pair of, you guessed it, socks. So here are the colorways that I'm using for the hat, and I'm going to show you the hat pattern. I just cast it on yesterday, so I'm very, very, very much in the beginning. Nothing too exciting to see here. Let's see if we can get it close enough where you can, yeah, just the ribbing. And it's a DK weight. I have fingering weight, so I'm holding it double. It's working out great so far, so I'm going to continue to do that. But those colors, because I had a kit, so I had more than I needed. So this is the hat. Daya, I believe, is how you would say that. It's apparently a city in Alaska. So the coral is going to be my inside, and then I have a coral pom-pom. And then I'm also going to make Glacier Park cowl with that same color combo. So that has been started. I'm hoping that gets done this weekend while we're in Chicago. I'd like the shawl to be done before we're in Chicago, the hat to be done while I'm in Chicago, and maybe the cowl started if I'm really a good knitter. We'll see. Now, I also started, which I haven't even put on Instagram yet, and I will. This is the beginning of my Slow Curves shawl. This is long dog yarn, speckly. Look at this. Super fun. It's this great yellow, light yellow with some different specks of blue and purple. I don't remember the name of it. I will get that. But that is for my Slow Curves, my Hohi Locatelli, because she's got her knit along happening right now. I signed up for 6 projects. We'll see how many I get done, but I at least wanted to get one started. So I got that started, and I'm probably most proud of this. I cast on and started 2 pairs of socks. I've had this yarn wound since like June. So it has been a long time coming. This is from Tia. She was a wool swap partner last December. She got me this. This is Garn Sur from Norway that she sent to me. The green is, and the brown is just yarn I dyed because, you know, I dye yarn. So there we go. So that's my beginning. And I have got to show you, which I know all of you sock people are going to be like, duh, Terry, this is like common sense. But I picked this tool up a while back and it goes right into your sock and then tells you, it measures for you. So I am at 5.5, no, just under 5.5. And I've got to get to 7.5 for my lovely ginormous feet. So that is in the works. That'll go on my trip with me too. Maybe I'll get those done in Chicago. That'd be amazing, because I'm either getting those done or I might just do both. Let's talk socks. Let's talk needles. I like to do 2 at a time. So I've got the 2 long needles, size 1, that are working there. I think I have 2 1.5, so I might see if I can find them. So I just happened upon, there is, I think it's called a Monster Sock Knit Along, and it is to make scrappy socks. It just so happened that I'm, super guilt ridden about having 5 million sock yarns, which we talked about in the last podcast, and knitting like 2 pair. This will be my 3rd. So I found this like scrappy sock knit along. Well, another thing I'm I guess, I don't know. Another thing that's just happening in my world, I love the Advent kits. I have 5 coming this year, which I'm super pumped about. I love opening them. I like so much about them. So I knit the Amba O'Brien Adventurous Wrap, which I'm going to pop a picture in, last December. I never blocked it. I never wove the ends in. So I decided, and the yarn was all from Wool and Boon for this one. So look, I don't know if you can see, look at this. I don't want to tip it over, but do you see all those little minis? These were all the leftovers from that project. There's a bajillion of them. So I have decided that I'm going to get those socks done first, which is why I gotta lickety split get them done. And then I am going to just randomly pick yarn out and start knitting socks to go with my shawl, which is blocking. It's over there blocking right now. So I'm hoping, I don't know, the next 1 or 2 episodes that I do, I'll have my shawl all ends woven in, and I will have monster socks worked on from all these. I mean, look at this. So the Advents, I love them. I love making projects with them, but I've got all these leftovers that are gorgeous, and I'm hoping these scrappy socks will be my cure, and that'll be my fix, and I'll be good to go. So I cannot wait. So any suggestions you have, part of me feels like I'm going to have to go in rainbow order because I've got issues with that. And part of me is like, no, just randomly reach in, grab one, whatever you get, and roll with it. We'll see. I don't know. But my question is, if you knit, because I think these ideally, I guess I could do them 2 at a time because then they would be matching. But 2 at a time is hard because you need 2 separate yarn balls for each one, and to split all these little scraps into that, which just seems like a lot of work. So I don't think they're going to be matching. I think they're going to be coordinating, but not necessarily matchy-matchy. So my question is, when you knit single socks, how do you do it? Do you use, I think I would like to get the little needles, the little ones. I don't know if they're 9-inch or 12-inch. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think that they would also work with sleeves if I ever knit a sweater and got that done. I'm not positive on any of this. So I would love if you could comment and tell me, what do you use for needle-wise when you knit your socks 1 at a time? 2 at a time I've got figured out, but give me help with 1 at a time because this needs to happen in the month of September. So I'm hoping that I get that. I think I can. So that's going on. I think those are all my whips. Hat, shawl, socks. Yeah. So this one would be the next one I'm hoping to cast on, I believe. So just wanted to spend a little bit of time. As I talked about last time, I did a whole bunch of acquisitions and I went really quick. I have a few more clubs that are coming in, and then I'm going to be calming down a little bit because I've got 2 fun events coming up. In November, I just signed up for Knit X Midwest. It's in Des Moines. It's 2 days. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to meet more Iowa knitters. I know very few, like really none. There's one gal that we've been messaging on Instagram, but we've not met yet. So I'm excited for her. Yeah, I'm just excited. So I'm excited to meet more Iowa knitters, more Midwest knitters. So that is November, I think 2nd and 3rd, going off memory. And then Amber and I, who's awesome, she dyes her own yarn as well. We met through FiberShare. She was one of my FiberShare partners, and we just connected amazingly, which happens. I've been so blessed. So we were messaging back and forth around Rose City Yarn Crawl time, so back in March, and she's like, I want to go on something. I'm like, I want to do Vogue Knitting Live because next year it's their 10th anniversary. So she's like, let's do it. So we already have a hotel booked. I've got my flights. She's still working on her flights because it's a little bit more, she's from Idaho, so it's a little bit more to logistics than I guess for me, because it's a whole country away versus just half a country. So we've got those two things done. We're waiting for tickets to come out so we can jump on that, and I am just jazzed. So I have to save money so that I can, live it up in my typical Terry living it up yarn buying style for both of those events. But I'll probably do some in November because it's going to be local dyers, supposedly local people. So I'll probably get something there. But I'm going there more to connect and to really just establish some friendships and some Iowa knitters, which will be great. And then New York, I am super pumped to go. I've never been to New York City. And then, of course, to be with Amber, and then to live it up shopping, because I have been jealous of all the people that get to do Rhinebeck and then Vogue Knitting Live. I just think that's crazy awesome. So I cannot wait. So on that note, here are my purchases. So I got, this will be, I think, because it's a subscription. So I think this is my last one of the Boozy Yarn, the monthly Socktail Club, which I love. She has, this was the Rosé All Day Sparkling Lemonade was the drink this month. And then here was the yarn that she dyed. And the little giveaway, she always put something extra in, was this really cute little glass, which you probably can't see, but it's a really cute little wine glass. It says Boozy Broad. Get drunk and get knitting? Nope. I don't know what that says. But anyway, here is the yarn, which is, of course, the most important part. Aren't those colors cool? It just seems like this great kind of end of summer colorway. So I really liked that. So that was hers. And she is from Iowa as well, which I dig. Yeah, I don't remember where in Iowa, but she's in Iowa. So this will be my last month of that. I was really excited to get that, to have that come in. I was lucky enough, Kate from You Knit I Dye had a giveaway, and I was lucky enough to win. Myself and another person won 2 sock sets. So this is what came in the mail. Isn't that the best? Look at these flecks and these colors. I'm really excited about this. To me, this feels wintry. So I'm hoping that these will be done. I want to wear them. Oh, that's another challenge I have for myself. Yes, because you know how I am. So I'm challenging myself. I'm going to be away 5 days on the New York City trip, the Vogue Knitting Live, and I'm challenging myself to have hand knit socks for each day we're gone. Right? Doesn't that solve the dilemma of buying all that sock yarn? At least getting 5 done by January. I know I can do it. So this will be one that I would like to have done because I think these will be like the perfect winter January socks. So that's on my list. Okay, other things that came in. These 2 came in from Explore Knits and Fibers. This is her, I think she's holding off on doing her National Park monthly sock sets, which is good because we talked about I have 5 million bajillion socks that I haven't knit, but I love them. So I'm a little bit, I don't know how to feel about that, but she's doing a couple other things. So we'll see. But this was the last one. It was the Great Barrier Reef National Park. That was her inspiration. The fish and all the reefs. And this was the colorway that came out. Much like Fiber for the People, I adore their inspiration and then how they translate it. So I'm really excited about this one. And then I grabbed, because my daughter is a Harry Potter fanatic, so I grabbed, she started Harry Potter Club. This was book 2. She's going off each of the books. This is Basilisk. So it's this really cool greens, lots of greens. So that's really neat. I'm excited for that. That's DK. I went DK with that so I could do hats or a cowl or whatever. And then I got, So when I went to turn in my fiber for the people, I was going to, I don't know, I thought a new Amba O'Brien pattern was coming out, but it didn't. So I traded in one of my skeins. So I've still have this one, and I traded in for the Paul Newman, mohair, but I'm going to use this on my ranunculus sweater instead. So, I mean, it really wasn't an acquisition. It was more of a trade-in. And then, last one, I normally do not do when someone's like destashing. I shouldn't say normally. Sometimes I do. If I don't know, if I see it and the mood hits me. But Susanna Kate from Jawbreakers had some stuff on, and the colorways were just really peachy and creamy and goldy, and I don't know, it just hit me, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. So I was fortunate enough to get, let's see, a box of all those, and then these 3 skeins too. So one from Earl Grey Fiber Company, which makes me happy because I've got her an advocate coming from her, and I never even felt her yarn before. One from Emma Rose Yarns, which I hadn't heard of her. I need to look that up. I'm not quite sure where she's out of, but I found that was pretty cool. And then one from Bay Street Yarns, which I do have one of hers that I have not knit up yet. So I'll hold these up, but the rest were like gold and orange and peachy tones, and then these are the 3 main skeins that came. So yeah, it's kind of a de-stash I was able to snap up. That's it. That's my last 2 weeks. That's my knitting. As I said, we've got a fun trip in Chicago coming up. Just knitting. We're just trying to get a bunch done and a bunch knit because it's fun to do, and winter and fall is coming and I need to be prepared. So would love to hear what you've been up to. I would love to hear needles, sock tips, needles that you use for your socks would be super appreciated. Any Vogue Knitting Live tips you have. Any New York City tips, because I've never been there either. I mean, just give it all. I'd love to hear it all. Thanks so much for joining. I will see you guys soon.